Hi there, today we're going to be talking about the slope-intercept form. Alright, so far we've been looking at understanding our constant, our k value, right? Our k value or our constant, which we also talked about as being our slope, y over x. And now we're going to talk about these, what's called the slope-intercept form of an equation or a line here. So linear equations are often written in the form y equals mx plus b. This is called the slope-intercept form. When an equation is written in this form, m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So when we take a look at an equation like this, the number that comes in front of the x, whatever that number is going to be, will become our slope, and the number after the x is our y-intercept. So what that means is our slope is going to be how much the line goes up and across, how much it goes up and down, up or down, positive or negative, and how much is going to go on a horizontal. The y-intercept means that when I look at the graph, it means at what point does it cross the y-axis. Okay, so in the case here, if it was -3, it'd probably be down here at the -3 spot, right? Alright, so when we take a look at something like the example here, write the original equation. When there's nothing in front of the x, there's always a 1 right there, which means in this case here, our 1 is going to be our slope. So our slope in this case here of 1 means I'm going to go up 1 over 1, because 1 over 1 is 1, and my y-intercept, where it's going to cross the y-axis, is going to be at -3. That's my b part. Our y equals m for the slope times x plus b is what I have. So my slope in this case is simply 1, and the y-intercept is -3. So sometimes all we're going to have to do today is just identify the slope and the y-intercept. If I was to write y equals 2x plus 5, just making one up here, my slope happens to be the 2, and my y-intercept would be +5. So that's all you're going to have to do for some of the problems today, is just simply identify the slope and the y-intercept. You can also use the slope and y-intercept to graph the equation, and that's really what we're moving towards anyways. So if I have a graph of y, it says graph y equals 2x plus 1 using the slope-intercept form, well, what I have is I have, first of all, a point to start with. My y-intercept tells me I can start at +1 right here on the graph, right? On the y-intercept +1. This value here tells me what my slope is going to be. I'm going to go, if my slope is 2, I have a slope of 2, I can really think of that as 2 over 1, means I'm going to go up 2 and to the right 1. So I would go up 2 and to the right 1, and continue that on and on and on until I have a couple dots, and then I can put the lines together. Now the line can go this way as well, and we can go past that point because it is going to be a continuous line. Okay, so we can use the y-intercept and the slope in order to graph a line and draw a straight line. And it should be a straight line because it is a line. Okay, you draw a line between the 2 points, and that's all you have to do there. So sometimes, again, let's look at a sample here. We're just going to have to identify, and other times we're going to have to graph. So in this case here, my slope in this case here is going to be 1. My slope equals 1. And my y-intercept is also going to be 1 in this case here, because there's a 1 in front of there. That becomes my slope, and my y-intercept is 1. In this case, my slope, my m value, is going to be the 2, and my y-intercept is going to be -4. In this case, my slope is going to be half 1 over 2, and my y-intercept is going to be -1. So if you think of it like this, again, your formula is y equals mx plus b. So m is my slope, and b is my y-intercept. Okay? And that's all we're doing, is simply identifying which parts belong to which. Now, using the information, we can then start to graph things. So here I have a slope of 2, or 2 over 1, and a y-intercept of +2. So I'm going to start by putting my y-intercept here at +2, and now I'm going to go ahead and go up 2 over 1. I have a point. I have 2 points actually, and I could then use a ruler and draw that line. If I want to draw a line down below, I can, right? Instead of going up 2, I can go down 2 and over 1 to draw a third dot, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and draw several dots to make sure my line is nice and clear. Okay, we connect those up. That's a terrible line there, but you get the idea. Okay, the next one, we have a y-intercept at -1, so that's going to be right here, and my slope is 1x, which means 1 over 1. So we're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and so on, right? So that becomes my line that I graph, something like that. And the last one here, we have our y-intercept at +2, so we go up to 2, and we can see that our slope is up 1 over 2. So up 1 and over 2, up 1 and over 2. And I can then go the other direction by going down 1 and over 2, down 1 and over 2. So then I have lots of lines here that I can connect. Again, best to do that with a ruler so it's straighter than what I have there. But that's all we're asking you to do today. And again, this is called the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b is a slope-intercept form, and it's a way of using the equation to be able to graph a line quickly. Okay, so I'm going to pause there. You're going to do some more on your own, and we'll check our work together in just a few minutes. All right, here we go. So for the first one here, our slope, or let's just do our m value, we'll call it m, so that's our formula here, right? Y equals mx plus b. That's our slope-intercept form. So we're going to say that our m is equal to, the number in front of x is 1, and our b value, our slope, is equal to 4. For number 3, our slope is equal to, right here, 3, and our y-intercept is at -1. For number 5, our slope is going to be the number in front there, which is 1 over 2, and our y-intercept is -5. Over here, things are a little out of order, so I'm going to move things around. I'm going to add 2x to both sides, add 2x, so I have y equals 2x minus 1. So I rewrite that one. Now I can say my slope is 2 and my y-intercept is -1. So I just move that over there to rewrite it in the right form. Finally, our last one here, our slope is going to be the number in front, which is 3 over 2, and our y-intercept is -3. For number 11, it says graph a line with a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of -3. So let's put our y-intercept down first, 1, 2, 3, and it says that our slope is 2, which means it's 2 over 1. So we're going to go up 2 and over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. All right? And then we connect the dots and draw my arrows, and there's my graph. Number 13, same idea. We're going to look at what we have here. We have a y-intercept of -3, and our slope is 3 over 1. So let's go ahead and put our y-intercept down first, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go up 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1. And then we connect the dots. And there we go. For number 15, we have a y-intercept at -2, 1, 2, throw our dot there. We have a slope of up 1 over 2, that's our y over x. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Alright, and so that's my line right there. And finally, number 17, we have a y-intercept at +1 right here. And for the first time, we have a slope of -3 over 2, which means I'm going to go down 3 and over 2. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 down and over 2, and 1, 2, 3 down and over 2. So in this case here, our line's going to go this way. So when we have that negative slope, the line's going to point down. Our arrow is going to point down. All right, that's really it for today. Hope that makes sense. Again, this is called the slope-intercept form, and that's how that works there. So hopefully you got that. All right, and we'll see you next time.